Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into this class. If you're watching it, it's likely that at some point in your life you have experienced some sciatic pain, that literal and figurative pain in the butt. Now, I want to start off just with a little bit of education to help us all understand what sciatica is. It's actually not even a diagnosis, it's a symptom of a condition. So there's actually many scenarios that can cause sciatic pain. Two of the most common are the Piriformis syndrome and the other is herniated discs. So the good news is that studies have shown that sciatica sufferers actually can respond to some conservative treatment and receive results within just a few weeks. So that's excellent. Yoga, though, might not be the best treatment for you. So we need to start this video off just by saying that you need to make sure that you seek diagnosis from a doctor before proceeding. If your sciatic nerve pain is aggravated by piriformis, which is a muscle right about here, it's a pear-shaped muscle, just posterior to gluteus medius, then yoga can actually help to relieve pain because yoga can work with the piriformis muscle to release that muscle that is probably causing some compression right up against that sciatic nerve. Now, if you compress a nerve, you're going to experience tingling, shooting pains, achiness, anywhere from the low back, down into the glutes, down the entire back of the leg. So that's what this class is for, is to help relieve any of those symptoms that you might be experiencing from that tense piriformis muscle. I look forward to helping you with it. This is a supine sequence, so go ahead and grab your mat and I'll meet you on your backs with your bum down, back against the wall. See you in just a moment. Okay, welcome back. So this sequence starts off in an inversion and we actually stay in this pose for a few moments. So make sure that you're comfortable here. Your back is against the floor. Scoot yourselves forward, push your elbows down, lift your chest and give a little scooch until your glutes hit the wall. Now, if this is really uncomfortable, you can position a blanket or a bolster underneath the sacrum by simply pushing your feet to the wall, lifting your hips up, getting a little bit of support there, and lowering yourself back down. Notice that my knees are quite bent, as yours likely will be as well. One of the things that can help us relieve sciatic pain is starting to release the hamstring muscles. So we'll do a little bit of that right now. With your arms by the sides of your waist, press the back of your head, root the shoulders, and as you push your hips forward, slowly start to send the soles of the feet skyward. So take a few moments. You might stay very deep in the knees, or you might eventually get those legs a little bit straighter. Once you get to the end range of motion here, I want you to start playing with the positioning of your foot. So move more into what we call dorsiflexion, hugging the toes toward your face, pushing the heels up toward the ceiling. This will intensify the stretch along the back of the leg, and you actually will feel this all the way from the sitting bones, the attachment of the hamstrings, probably up to the backs of the knees, so the entire hamstring muscles will release all the way through the gastrocnemius, the calf muscles, and to the Achilles, the heel. So feel that as you root the heels skyward for another few breaths. Throughout the sequence, just see if you can soften your face. See if you can relax into these stretches that might not necessarily be very comfortable, especially the first time that you do them. But if you repeat this video a few times, I guarantee you'll start to feel release. Take another big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. So you can hold these poses for as long as you want by just pressing pause on the video. If you're following along with the video today, we'll move into our second pose. Take the soles of the feet together, allowing the knees to splay wide, and slowly drop the heels down toward the body, moving into a supine butterfly or Supta Baddha Konasana. Now take your hands to the medial knee and press the knees forward. You'll start to feel an opening through the inner leg. Maintain that alignment through the spine, really noticing now that the sacrum, the shoulders, and the back of the head are creating 3 points of foundation for you to rely on. allowing the natural curvature of the spine to stay completely intact. Notice that breath if it has shifted from its natural rhythm. And see if you can just let a few deeper breaths arrive in this posture. Enjoy your final breath here. And prepare to transition by taking hands to the outer knees and supporting your knees in. Straighten the legs up once again. Okay, let's move into our next position with the body. Elbows down, everyone. Lift the chest and scoot yourself back. So the degree at which we scooch back will be different for each of us, depending on the range of motion in the hips. This is what we're doing. Slide the feet down the wall. We're moving into figure 4 pose. Hook the right ankle just above the left knee, keeping space between the thighs. If you just went, whoa, Sarah, this is super tight, that means you just need to scooch back a little bit more. So find a comfortable position for yourself and then return to that figure 4 pose. Good, once you're there, the right hand can gently press the right knee forward. Make sure that the pressure on the sacrum, the back of the pelvis, is even. You're not tilting deeply to one side or the other. And then push your hips evenly forward to get deeper into your pose. Now, if you're like me and this is actually starting to feel pretty comfortable, you can scoot yourselves back towards the wall to intensify. So you're working with the wall as a yoga prop here. I've just found my sweet spot. So once you find yours as well, drop your shoulders back, anchor to the back of the head, and stay active in your pose. As soon as you flatten your back, you'll move out of the stretch. So maintain that anterior tilt in the pelvis by pushing the hips forward. You can even take a hand under your low back to check out if you've got that anterior position. So your hand should slide under the low back just enough to show you that you have your lumbar curve intact and that you're isolating into your piriformis now. Can you guys feel that? I certainly can. It's on the right side. Feel that sweet release for another few breaths. Okay, so it might be hard to get out of, but we'll try to do this as smoothly as possible. You can straighten the left leg and then straighten the right. That's not too bad, is it? Take a clearing breath. And you're actually all set up with the proper stance length for that second side now. So press the right foot to the wall, hook the left ankle just above the right knee, keeping space between the thighs. Ooh, this side is tight for me. Left hand pushes the left knee forward. And again, I hope you do this video a few times because there's so many little cues that we can work on. Noticing what the ankle is doing, maintaining dorsiflexion at both feet is important. And then really checking out the pelvis. I notice that I need to rock to one side here to get into my pose. So it takes a lot of energy for me to then press evenly to my sacrum in order to stay balanced in the pelvis. Once you have that, push the hips forward, moving into that anterior tilt. Now drop the shoulders and press to the back of the head. Wow. Hold and breathe. Those slow exhales become increasingly important when we're working deep in the body. Releasing the piriformis is a big job. So allow your exhales to help you unwind. Let go of unneeded tension and stress. And just take a few more like that. Okay, to release, step the right leg up and the left leg follows. Okay, this one, again, awkward transition. We're going to scooch all the way back on our yoga mat. So use those active elbows to press down and help yourself all the way back. As soon as your feet can touch the mat, it gets a little bit easier. Good, so you can just land roughly in the middle of the mat for the first pose here. Arms out to a T or cactus arms. Press the feet together until the knees connect. Press the feet down now. Lift the hips, turn them to the right, lower the hips, and let the knees move right. Supine twist. Right hand finds the IT band and just starts to massage. There could be some deep grip in the IT band, and maybe even getting up to the glutes. Maybe you can even isolate your piriformis posterior to the gluteus medius. With each massage here, you can start to feel the legs drop deeper into the posture. So for your next breath, we'll start to focus on that lifted shoulder. Keep the knees stacked as much as possible. Keep the hips stacked and start to peel the left shoulder down, bringing the gaze to the left. Now this is not a shoulder class. We do have those on this channel. I'll link them in the description below. So today, just really focus on the hips. And if there is some shoulder pain, I'll help you with that in another sequence. Press the back of the head to release, 1 foot at a time to the yoga mat, and then lift 1 knee at a time. That's it, rebalance the pelvis, set yourselves up for second side. Step the legs together until they connect. Push the feet down, lift your hips, turn them to the left, lower your hips, let your knees flow left. Okay, left hand to the IT band, start to massage. If you have someone else at home with you, you can even have someone else help you massage this out. Lots of different ways to manually release unneeded tension in the muscles surrounding the sciatic nerve. I like to get my fingertips right in here as well sometimes, moving back and forth or rotating little circles. And then eventually get those knees as stacked as possible. Hips stacked to maintain that neutral alignment in the lumbar spine. And then peel the right shoulder down, take the gaze to the right. And release, press the back of the head with heavy feet to lift 1 knee at a time. Okay, so for this pose now, you'll rebalance the pelvis and scooch yourselves all the way back so that you can actually extend your legs out. Okay, draw the right knee to your chest. Step the left foot to the yoga mat. Squeeze the right knee into the chest and then abduct, open to the right. Adduct, hug to center. Twice more, abduct, open. Adduct, close. And once more. You might be feeling a little bit of clicking or popping. We're just massaging into the right hip joint, preparing for our only active stretch of the class. So here we go. Interlace the hands around the outer shin with the strength of the upper body. Squeeze the knee into the chest. Now with the strength of the lower body, push the shin up into the cradle of the hands. If your hands weren't there, the leg would straighten. What you're doing here is actually starting to fire up energy in the leg, initiated at the hip joint, and you'll feel the foot actually starting to shake if you're doing this right. This is called reciprocal inhibition or a facilitated stretch. So keep working with that. Check your alignment, shoulders down, back of the head pressing, a little anterior scoop to the pelvis. Your hips are pushing forward. Keep working for 5. Get that foot shaking for me. 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the knee in and extend the leg all the way out. So we've just cleared out unneeded stress through the entire right side. Send the left leg out, take a clearing breath in your full body stretch. Second side, bend both knees, hug the left knee to the chest. Inhale, abduct to the left. Exhale, adduct to center. Twice more. Good, hug the knee into the chest now. Interlacing the hands around the outer shin with the strength of the upper body, squeeze knee to chest. And with the strength of the lower body, shoot the leg up into the cradle of the hands. Start to fire up the energy from all of the pelvic muscles. Shoulders are down, back of the head roots. And to get a little bit deeper, just push your hips forward. There you go. Feel the shaking of the foot. You're working hard here. Rebalancing, recalibrating the pelvis. Hold for 5. Stay with it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the knee in and extend the leg out. Extend both legs out to the corners of your mat now. Take a clearing breath. And you can stay there for as long as you wish. If you're getting up to a seat now, you can just bend the knees, move gently to one side, and support yourself all the way up. Thank you so much for tuning in for the sciatic pain relief sequence. I hope that it serves you well, and repeat this video again to see even more results and to keep working on releasing your piriformis muscle to reduce that pain. Until next time, namaste.